I am glad to welcome you to the GB Cars Problems channel. Today, we are diving into the Ford Ranger second generation, produced from 2006 to 2011. This rugged pickup truck has earned a solid reputation in the United Kingdom for its versatility and toughness on British roads. Whether you are hauling gear through the countryside or navigating urban streets, it offers a blend of reliability and capability that appeals to many drivers. However, like any vehicle, it comes with its share of strengths and weaknesses that we will explore in detail. Let us start with the engine lineup, which includes diesel options that were popular in the UK market. The 2.5-litre turbodiesel engine provides decent torque for towing, making it a favourite among farmers and tradespeople. On the positive side, its fuel efficiency can reach up to 30 miles per gallon on highways, which is impressive for a pickup of this era. That said, owners often praise its straightforward maintenance, keeping running costs reasonable at around £500 per year for basic servicing. One of the most common issues with this Ranger model is injector problems, particularly in the diesel variants. These injectors can fail prematurely due to poor fuel quality or infrequent filter changes, leading to rough idling and loss of power. Repair costs for replacing injectors typically range from £600 to £1,000 at a UK garage, which can be a nasty surprise. Fortunately, many mechanics in places like Manchester or Birmingham offer reliable fixes, and upgrading to higher quality parts can prevent recurrence. Rust is another notorious weak point, especially on the chassis and underbody exposed to the UK's wet weather and salted roads. Corrosion often starts around the wheel arches and sills, potentially compromising structural integrity if not addressed early. A full rust treatment might set you back £400 to £800, but proactive owners who apply undercoating from new report fewer issues. On the brighter side, the Ranger's galvanized body panels hold up better than some rivals, extending its lifespan in harsh conditions. Shifting gears to the transmission, the 5-speed manual gearbox is generally robust and engaging to drive. It handles off-road adventures in the Scottish Highlands with ease, thanks to the selectable 4-wheel drive system. Enthusiasts love how it feels planted on muddy tracks, offering a fun driving experience for weekend explorers. However, automatic versions from this period can suffer from solenoid failures, costing around £300 to repair and causing jerky shifts if ignored. The suspension setup is tuned for load carrying, with leaf springs at the rear providing excellent payload capacity of up to 1,000 kilograms. This makes it ideal for builders in London or delivery drivers in rural areas, where it outperforms lighter vans. A downside is the ride quality on pothole-ridden UK roads, which can feel bouncy when unladen. Upgrading to aftermarket shocks, available for about £200, often smooths things out without breaking the bank. Interior-wise, the cabin is functional, with durable materials that withstand daily wear and tear. Features like air conditioning and basic audio systems were standard, adding comfort for long hauls across the M1 motorway. Space is ample for passengers, and the double cab version seats 5 comfortably, which is a plus for families. That being said, some owners complain about cheap plastics that rattle over time, and sound insulation could be better against road noise. Braking performance is solid, with disc brakes all around ensuring confident stops even when towing trailers. In UK safety tests, it scored well for its class, giving peace of mind on slippery winter roads. ABS and stability control were optional but worthwhile additions, reducing the risk of skids. However, worn brake pads can lead to vibrations, with replacements costing £150 or so at most service centres. Electronics in this generation are relatively simple, avoiding the complexity of modern systems. The dashboard layout is intuitive, making it easy for novice drivers to operate. Reliability here is a strong suit, with fewer electrical gremlins than in some European competitors. On the flip side, alternator failures have been reported, potentially leaving you stranded and requiring a £400 fix. Fuel system woes extend beyond injectors, with fuel pumps occasionally giving out after high mileage. This can manifest as starting difficulties, especially in cold UK mornings. Pumps are not too expensive to replace at around £250, and regular servicing helps mitigate this. Positively, the Ranger's overall fuel economy supports eco-conscious driving without sacrificing power. The 4-wheel drive system is a highlight, engaging smoothly for off-road prowess in places like the Lake District. It tackles steep inclines and rough terrain with confidence, appealing to adventure seekers. Maintenance is key, as transfer case issues can arise from neglect, costing £500 to sort. Many owners find it worth the effort for the versatility it provides. towing capacity is impressive at up to 3,000 kilograms, perfect for caravans or boats on British holidays. The Ranger handles heavy loads without much strain, thanks to its sturdy frame. Stability while towing is generally good, though some reports sway on windy motorways. Adding a stabilizer bar, available for £100, enhances safety and control. Exhaust gas recirculation valves or EGR valves are prone to clogging in diesel models. This leads to reduced performance and increased emissions, failing UK MOT tests. Cleaning or replacing one costs about £200, but it's a common DIY job for handy owners. On the positive, once fixed, the engine runs cleaner and more efficiently. Body panels, while tough, can dent easily in urban parking scrapes common in cities like Glasgow. Respraying a panel might run you £300, but the truck's design allows for easy repairs. Its high ground clearance is a boon for avoiding curbs and speed bumps. Wiring harnesses under the bonnet can degrade from heat and moisture, causing intermittent faults. Symptoms include dashboard warning lights that flicker annoyingly. A professional diagnostic and repair could be £200, but it's rarer than in some pickups. The Ranger's wiring is praised for its accessibility during fixes. Tire wear can be uneven due to the truck's weight distribution, especially on all-terrain tires popular in the UK. Rotating them every 6,000 miles helps, and a set of 4 costs around £400. Grip in wet conditions is reliable, boosting confidence on rainy days. The heater core sometimes leaks, leading to misty windows and coolant smells inside the cab. Replacement is a bit involved, costing £350 including labour. However, the heating system is effective once sorted, keeping you warm during frosty winters. Steering components like tie rods wear out faster on rough roads, causing play in the wheel. Alignments and parts run about £200, but it's essential for safe handling. The power steering is responsive, making maneuvering in tight spots a breeze. Battery life is average, lasting 3 to 4 years before needing replacement at £100. Cold starts are reliable with a good battery, aiding in UK's variable climate. Some owners upgrade to heavier duty ones for added peace of mind. Oil leaks from the engine seals are not uncommon after 100,000 miles. These can soil driveways and require gasket replacements for £200. Regular checks prevent bigger issues, and the engine's durability shines through high-mileage examples. The Ranger's resale value holds up well in the UK, with clean examples fetching £4,000 to £8,000 today. This reflects its popularity and build quality. Buyers appreciate the low depreciation compared to luxury SUVs. In terms of comfort, the seats are supportive for long drives, though lumbar support could be better. Adjustable options in higher trims help, and aftermarket cushions are cheap fixes at £20. It's a practical choice over flashier alternatives. Visibility is excellent with large mirrors and a high seating position, aiding in traffic. Blind spots are minimal, which is great for reversing with loads. Headlights are adequate, but upgrading to LED bulbs for £50 improves night driving. The spare wheel carrier under the bed can rust and seize, complicating flat tire changes. Lubricating it annually prevents this, and it's a quick job. Having a full-size spare is a thoughtful inclusion by Ford. Airbag systems are basic but effective, with driver and passenger bags standard. In crash tests, it performed respectably for its time. Maintenance is low, though sensor faults might trigger warnings costing £100 to diagnose. Cooling system components like radiators can corrode in salty environments. A new radiator is around £250, but flushing the system extends life. Engine overheating is rare when maintained properly. The differential in the rear axle holds up well, but can whine if fluid is not changed. A service costs £100 and quiets things down. It's built to last, supporting the truck's workhorse nature. Door locks and mechanisms sometimes stick due to dirt buildup. Cleaning and lubricating fixes most issues for free, or a new actuator is £50. Security is decent with central locking standard. Paint quality varies, with some colors fading under UK sun and rain. A good polish revives it for £20, and the finish is durable against scratches. Custom wraps are popular for personalization. The Ranger excels in off-road capability, with locking differentials on some models enhancing traction. It's fun for green laning enthusiasts in Wales. Fuel consumption rises off-road, but that's expected. Maintenance intervals are every 12,000 miles, keeping costs manageable at £200 per service. Parts availability is excellent through UK dealers. This predictability aids budgeting for owners. Emissions compliance is a concern for older diesels in low-emission zones like London. Upgrades to meet standards can cost £500. Newer fuels help, and it's still viable outside cities. The community of Ranger owners in the UK is active, sharing tips online. Forums provide invaluable advice on common fixes. This support network adds to its appeal. In conclusion, the Ford Ranger second generation from 2006 to 2011 is a dependable workhorse with notable flaws like injector issues and rust. But its strengths in towing, off-road ability, and value make it shine. It suits tradespeople, farmers, and adventure lovers who prioritize function over luxury and are willing to invest in maintenance. For those in rural UK areas needing a tough daily driver, it is an excellent choice, though city dwellers might prefer something more refined. And if you own this automotive masterpiece, please describe the problems you encountered while driving it. Perhaps your review will help viewers when choosing a car. That's all I have for now. Thank you all very much for your attention. I'd be very grateful if you subscribe to the channel. See you soon.